this. Upload it to the Jakarta EE community folder. Great. And let's see, let me share my screen. Let's see. And can add our names to the agenda. Let's see. So, of course, the general topic is EE10 TCK. The first pull request we wanted to go over. Let's see. Well, actually, just on the on EE10 TCK over the past few weeks, we've been drilling into all kinds of issues on different projects, issue trackers, and mailing lists. And one thing that came out of discussion yesterday, I think at the platform call or wherever, and talking to Scott Stock, was that we should we should create platform TCK issues for each of the failures so that we can have a clear understanding or in the platform TCK of where the other discussions are occurring and what's going on, what the status is, instead of trying, so we don't have to pull it together from multiple sources. But that's not necessarily where the bugs will be fixed, but for our own sanity, so we can track more effectively, and for my sanity anyways, for trying to recall everything that's going on, all the moving pieces that's occurring. That would be helpful.
The other thing is, I think, like the 962 poll by Alwyn, it looks like, so I created several questions based on looking at that, because I'm not that familiar with the TCK structure, so I just want to try and get oriented on that and try and help other people come on board and how we can parallelize some of these issues. But that looks like that needs to be done for a bunch of different tests. So like I think one of the questions down there is looking at the change you made for the EGB Lite JSF vehicle, and then how that applies in that mappings file. It looks like that work needs to be done for several different test packages. So like creating an issue for every single one of those so we can have different people work on it would be one way to try and farm that out. But the question is that correct? Is what you did in 962 required for basically several packages over that tree all in?
Yeah, I did look myself at one of those pots, but yeah, it's been a big challenge over the last few years. Do we seek to understand those kinds of things, or do we eliminate them? And certainly, if we understand them, that's all the better. And yeah, I think it's a great question. So
I see, like I see that like single test trees are being run, but can you go down to like a single test?
You can't. I mean, I know from the ant command line. I don't know if we have it in Glassfish TCK porting kit, but no, in the TCK itself, you certainly can run individual tests. I do it with Wildfly when I run TCK tests locally with scripting. With Bash scripting we have set up to run that. Um, we can for the most part run individual tests. Just like basically there's two levels of doing that, and one is I know for like with Glassfish you can identify the test folder level with what Glassfish TCK porting kit supports currently with the scripting, and that gets you to run all the tests in that test group or test folder, which is closer than running all the tests from the root. Is one part, but you can also specify include the test name as well. I don't know if that works with Glassfish. I've never tried that myself. I've only done it with Wildfly, and Brian could probably speak to Open Liberty.
Yeah. So I was gonna say that's only a statement to the test class level, right? I don't believe
Yeah,
there's a hook to do an individual test method within a
yeah,
class,
no,
if that's what you're interested in.
yeah, no, just down to a single test class would be good.
Let's see. I'll just let me just take a look. What did I don't know. Can you see my I open up a shell. I probably
No,
need to
it's
okay,
it's the agenda still.
let me just see if okay, so let me I'll just I'll just paste an example into the agenda of how oops, of how if it were with Wildfly, how I would how I would do it. Um, so with Wildfly, and these two don't necessarily these two um, um, settings, test folder and test name don't go with each other, but I just happen to pull it out of out of out of history, and easy enough to recall these two. But what I see here is I'm identifying the test group to run, which is fine, and I'm actually identifying the individual test, including the vehicle to run, because it's like for the JSON provider test one. That's something I am doing, and it's basically in the scripting. I'm just passing what Ant expects, so I can do that. But from the Ant scripting level, we can do a single test. But maybe we have to update the Glassfish testing, and I can look in our TCK script at how we actually what that translates to, I guess. Let me just take a quick look at that. So
So I see the test folder. The test folder makes sense. Where does the test name come from? Does that come
so
from?
again, these are just so it's like set up like for local Wildfly TCK platform TCK testing. Let me
Do you,
just
do
But
you
then,
not, you don't have to provide a class name? That seems like you're kind of skipping a step there, right? You have a folder and then you have an individual test method. So how does it know where to look
let me
to find that
let's see.
method?
Let me
I've never actually used the individual method.
yeah,
I did not know there was a hook for that.
I'm gonna let's see, open up script that I'm using for this test name. Just see, let's see. Okay, so it's yeah. I'll paste in a bit more. So it's looking like, whoa, that's ugly. Let me see, get all the coloring off. And, yeah. So it's looking like that. So let's see. So yeah, the test. Oh, yeah, I should pull it. Let me just do one other one. And well, the test folder is what we change. Yeah, we change into the test folder. Basically, and that's pretty standard. That's what Glassfish is doing. That's the only way to do it. You basically change into that test folder, but from there, we're invoking ant with the -d test equals, and then that test name.
Okay.
And at the ant level, that's where that's how it's handled. So maybe the Glassfish TCK port and could you know could support that, and Open Liberty can now. And I guess there's like there's a lot of things that are just in the ant script and that aren't necessarily described, but you just come across them and then you use them. So yeah, that's like if you do single stepping through a bug in the app, in Glassfish or Open Liberty or Wildfly or what have you, that that can be very useful, so you don't have to step through past like hundreds of other tests, not really knowing what's what's going on, because there's just too many tests. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll look at that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't run a single test for some time. Mostly I have been running the suits via Jenkins or the entire suit for some time. So I don't exactly remember how to run the single test. But from the wiki, I think we could make use of this run script that we have in Docker folder. I have sent this is I think this is still valid. I have pasted that in the comments. So we could use the run script, run jakarta tck.sh, and pass the suit name. If we have a vehicle, we do like underscore vehicle. But this is when we have the bundle available. When we have the platform TCK bundle available and extracted. So yeah. I could check in my directives how exactly we run a single test. Yeah, I don't have it right now.
Okay. So I guess the next question I had was so that's when you've already built the complete distribution. Like if you had to make a change in the vehicle like you did in that pull request, you basically have to rebuild the TCK bundle.
You don't have to. You don't have to. So I don't know you. I just interrupted you. You're in the middle of saying something. Sorry.
Well, it was just what's the quickest way to test a change? Like if you're making a change to a test or a something that the test depends on, like for example, a vehicle.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, sometimes the local setup gets messed up. So what I did was like a messy hack. there is a file in Jakarta bin install Jakarta bin build XML, where I remove all the other suits and just try to build it, build the required suit. Let me ping you the file. This is not a that very correct way, but this works for me when I'm doing. Let me just ping you.
You want to enter the path? I heard
Yeah,
it. I don't want to mistype it. The
yeah,
other, well, while you're doing that, the other way that I've used is just from a existing platform TCK. I'll rebuild. Like if I want to make like a test change, I'll rebuild. With the ant command line, like it's like what is it? Ant. Oops, didn't want to do that. Ant. Just look at my history. Ant. Let's see.
Yeah, I have pasted the line where I change to include only the required test for building the the variable name is all test directory, all test.dir. So I remove the suits which I don't require for my building for now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is only when I'm testing it. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so the other thing I've done is so within if I'm making like a test class, a change to a test class, from the test folder, I'll do like an ant build compile package, or there's other arguments, like the ant build.xml in the folder that you're building has different targets specified. Like there's like if you're rebuilding the signature test repository, there's like some extra parameter you have to specify to get it to actually take impact, to take effect, and actually use like if you copied in, like I found this out when I did the signature test tool changes. Like if you copy it in a new like a sig test jar, I think you have to rebuild the repository. At least you used to have to do that. Rebuild the repository to get it to take impact or change, and to rebuild like the classes in there. I don't know. That's just an example. There's other, like there's all different test folders that each have their own special things that you have to include when you do rebuild them. But you can kind of make changes on the fly like that. And then of course, like for the run ops changes I was trying to do with Glassfish, I just changed the XML files on the fly and just was trying different things, instead of rebuilding the platform TCK, I would just make changes to a few XML files and test again. So it's kind of not really quite the same thing, but so I don't know if doing the ant build applies to all kinds of changes that you'd want to make, but that's that's one of them that can be used as well.
And so when you build the TCK bundle, is there a local script runner that you can run it without having to do it through Jenkins, just locally via bash or whatever?
Let's see. Let's see. I just I updated the wiki. Let me just find the page. What I call it.
The platform TCK build script is in Docker build _Jakarta TCK. which is what we use for our Jenkins jobs. That should also work in local.
Okay. The run Jakarta
No,
EETC?
run. No, the build underscore Jakarta ETCK.
Right, to build it, but then once it's built, is there a run script in there?
Yeah, there is a run script, run underscore Jakarta ETCK.
Okay, okay.
So, so I used, can you, do you see the agenda
Yeah.
still?
Yeah,
Okay.
I see. No, I see your screen now.
Okay, cool. So I did this for, JDK, for the JDK 11 testing, and let's see, I think I got everything in here. Just anything missing? Let's see, where is the? Okay, yep. Yeah, you have to, you have to set, JDK variable, also. Should probably make that clearer. But basically, this is all you have to do. You point, you point to the the glassfish build, and it's the run script is gonna download glassfish. There's a way to point at an existing one as well.
Okay.
And you can, like, you can do this to grab some, build that either in, from a different location, from a Jenkins job directly, or, the latest stage, one that we built from the, from CI as well. And it's just, this is just like a check to see, like I don't have a permanent place. I just do it in my temp folder. I don't do it, run it locally with glassfish, too often, but this is pretty close to a working, example.
Okay. That's good. And then, so when I was looking at your pull request, in that 962, and just trying to understand what that TS vehicles XML does. So basically that's for a given vehicle, that file, I can't remember what they call it in a task definition. That defines how that vehicle's archive is built. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
And the one thing I did, I didn't understand what the build level override or build level in that parameter was. Is that important?
I don't think it's important. I haven't touched that part. Let me check.
I didn't know anything about it until I saw your question, and I saw the the use of it, and I found this comment in that file.
Yeah, I didn't know what that means.
I just kind of came across it, and
yeah, I read that, but I didn't know what that means, because we're using two for example, the EGB Lite JSF that all went had updated. But I didn't know what that meant. If it's
is that a variable? I don't find that build level override. What exactly is that?
That's so, this comment is just, it's from tsvehicles.xml at line 1473. Well, not a comment, it's a description of it, but yeah, of the attribute. I can get a web link too, probably. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know how important it is right now. It's probably in the weeds for where I'm at right now. Yeah, I'm still a bit confused by the jobs out there, but we'll come back to that. So it looks like one change we need to make is remove all of the managed bean usage in faces configs, but it seems like there's maybe that's already been done. Is that right?
No, it only covers those. This PR only covers once in EJB Lite app exception. So we have like around close to 800 failures related to this issue. So I think, yeah, this similar change need to be reflected in other works as well. Like even in JTA, also we have the same. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next question or issue that I was on comment there, because it seemed based on what you've done and that app exception, that needs to be done for most of the packages under there. If it's using the EGB Lite JSF vehicle, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that's a bunch of changes then, right?
Yeah, I think it would be easier, like since we already know what kind of change we need to make. Also, we need to separate EJB like JS vehicle run from the uh, like the same folder. The same client will be used to run like multiple vehicles, including EJB Lite JSF. So we won't be able to use the client that is used for EJB Lite JSF. So we'll have to separate, like I did, like I
Yeah,
used a JSF
correct.
client. Yes. So that's something we need to.
Yeah,
Uh,
so what I was thinking there is that we're gonna have to create an issue for basically every package so we can assign it to someone. And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah, so we can get multiple people working on it. But yeah, I was gonna try and do one based on what you did, just and make sure I verify that it's correct, and then we can do it for the rest. But that was gonna be the
Yeah,
next task.
what I did was to run the test in the Jenkins CI for my own testing, like just to make sure it doesn't break anything. The test in the EJB Lite app exception does pass us. So yeah.
Okay, which job was that?
Uh, that's a different job which is created from my own branch that we use for testing. Probably only committers will be able to create jobs like that. Yeah. This is a different branch.
So basically,
Yeah.
you see all of Alwyn's branches that he has on his platform TCK folder, and currently, like, Guru has it set up this way. I have it set up, and Alwyn has it set up, and one alternative to others, setting up a job like like this one would be if we were to modify the platform TCK runner to be able to run against a pull request, a particular pull request, or even aggregate multiple pull requests. That might, we might be able to then have committers use that against pull requests, which, instead of having their own special, job like this, which is fine, and it works for me and Alwyn and Guru, but maybe we could, maybe a pull request, option would be, enough. I don't know what others think about that. If that would be a good alternative to that. So we have kind of like these personal TCK runner jobs. And I'll link to this one. So question would be, should we set up a general pull request based TCK build and run test option,
So it would be the same type of job as this EFTL Jakarta Tck Run 100, but you would use a pull request.
Yep.
Instead of a,
Yeah,
Well-
and instead of just pushing to your own, topic branch on your repo, you'd have to create a pull request, and
Right.
and that would be the only requirement. But other than that, then you could kind of like, I don't know how the Jenkins CI interaction would be, if you would be, like typing in something into a single line edit kind of thing, or if there'd be like a combo box, drop down that could
That's
kind
the
of
question.
like.
Can you just enter a PR number and have it use that branch?
Um,
Possible.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it sounds like, I mean, it would just be like a simple field, and then, yeah, you just, given the pull request link. I've never done it, but I know I do it all the time locally. Fetch, take the pull request and get the branch info. And, I know there's a way to do it, and I've seen others do it. I just never have done it myself, but it shouldn't be, too bad to set that up. I don't know if, I mean, we have, Brian here who doesn't have this set up yet. And, Scott, who is, now a platform TCK committer, welcome, and doesn't have the special job. And so we really have a option here to set up the pull request, runner, I think would be, might be less labor intensive than every committer setting up a special job. But,
I mean, I'll probably work mostly locally, but I guess the question is, how do we validate pull requests?
yeah, we don't really, we review it and it looks good. We merge it, and then we build off of it currently. So we don't have a way of building it. It takes so long to do a build, but
Yeah, that's the issue.
from my local machine usage perspective, I prefer to do all builds on Jenkins, so I can just do other stuff on my local machine. So kind of, it kind of gives me a pause to do other things, and then I come back in 2 hours to see the result, kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely took a while. I did do a build of the TCK last night when I was testing something. I think maybe the PR that I was trying to do for the set stuff. It definitely takes a while. Well, I mean, I guess we'll come back to that, but what else? So I guess that's kind of the bulk of my initial questions. Like you said, I mean, so it certainly seems like the first big task is to break down EGB Lite updates along the lines of what Alwyn did in 962. So I was going to start on that after the call.
See, the other thing too is, we do have a TCK room on Slack if anyone wants to join,
Okay.
join.
Do you put that in the notes? Or
Yep.
not?
Yep. Let me let's see. I had it in my clipboard, but then I I lost it. Let's see. Here we go. Slack join. I think this is going to be the link here. Yep. And let's see. We have a platform TCK room on the Jakarta EE Slack space. Join via that, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. So yeah, for that pull request, I think it's I'm ready. I actually on Slack, I had asked Alwyn before about the managed properties, being referenced, and I thought because we do have some actual Jakarta EE managed beans, using the common annotations, proper managed beans, which I know the different EE implementation support in use in the EJB 30 test, and I kind of I thought those were being in play with this all, but it's all it's actually, so we're still, as Alan said, it's just Jakarta faces annotation, managed property, it's all so faces, it's all still in faces stuff. It's not actually using proper managed beans, and it's so overloaded now, managed beans. It's it was a hard hard discussion to to follow, and easy to get confused on, I think, but
Yeah, so I think that, like, what I'm gonna do is take one of the other EGB Lite tests, and just try and follow what Alwyn did and create a PR on that, just to verify that I understand what the issues are. And then, like I said, if that looks good, makes sense, then we can just create an issue for all the other sub packages and assign them or let people pick them up. It's going to be a fair number of changes. And obviously people can choose as many as they want, but just to try and.
let's see.
And then is it exactly the same issue under EGB 3.2 as well?
Yes.
Okay.
The same. For JTA, I haven't verified, but looks like it is same.
Okay, and I know that Ariane had said that the Jack thing was something different that he was going to try and look into providing a fix for.
Yeah, he let's see where, let's see, let me find that. So he does have a fix for that, and it looks good. Yeah, it looks good to me.
Oh, he's already done it? Okay.
Yeah, he basically created a proxy for where is it? Let's see. So actually using Java. I mean Java assist. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, create. So he added like a create policy proxy, so he can delegate. Sorry, so we can defer the until first use. And I didn't test certainly, but it looks like it should address the Stack Overflow. He probably tested, but it's not merged yet. But it looks like it should be merged once a committer does the code review of this change. So that that'll be coming, assumingly, hopefully soon. Oops, that one, this one. So that that'll be that'll wipe that out, which will be nice. And what was the? I don't know. I don't know. I don't recall.
That I couldn't find. I couldn't find that. The failure message I saw wasn't really providing much information. I didn't know. Can you look at one of those tests, those JSONP tests?
Let's see. I didn't hear you. But I'm opening up. It was the.
Yeah, your gist didn't seem to correlate. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's try and Okay, let's open up these tests in the Jenkins job. Let's see. Oh, it's already gone. Jobs just don't hang around too long.
Okay.
It's already gone. We have to run we need new test runs. We must have already have recycled the space. I know we did a Jenkins upgrade yesterday. I don't know if that impacted what was the where'd it go?
Yeah, I actually we did a rerun of the JSON P, right? Scott, let me just check that.
Okay.
Yeah, I pasted that in the
Let's see. Let me chat. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Test results. Oh, there it is. There they are right there. Okay. See. Okay, so yeah, it's all in the
Okay, now it's
in,
no exception. Okay, so
it's not here. It's going to be in the server log.
well, yeah, but there was one there. There was a no pointer exception that was shown that I didn't see before.
Yeah, I think for the null pointer exception, I think it's because I assume it was because of the errors I had copied and pasted from the Glassfish server log. I don't really know for sure if it's caused by that, but that was my, I'm kind of certain, and that's typically the case if, the test, feels that, in some way like that in the Glassfish log, that
And so
server log.
is there a full server log available on these runs?
Let's see.
yeah, actually there is. Let me ping you the URL. So this the latest link that I've sent. There is a file called JSONP results.tar.pc.
This is weird. So I think it looks like I ran a test and Alwyn ran a
No,
test and Jenkins kind of combined.
no,
It,
actually, Scott, it was because I think I reran or did a rebuild of the previous job. That's why it's showing old build numbers. But
well,
this run is correct, yes.
well, this run is correct, but which is the parent? Is it 55 or 54?
55.
Which is 55? Okay, because
Yes.
it just looks.
Yeah.
It looks like Jenkins, anyways, let's see what it shows here. Build artifacts. Yeah, okay, so it didn't manage to. Okay, yeah, it didn't manage to copy the logs.
No, it won't. It is not copied to this parent job, but it is still there in the pipeline job 1798.
Oh, there
So
it is.
to,
Okay, I see it now. Okay, I missed it.
yeah, it's a big file. If we try to download it, we will be able to see RI and VI
All right,
folders
let's do
where
that.
the several logs are there.
Yeah, take a look at it offline then.
It might take some time to download. That's why. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, okay. I think that's a good It's a good starting point for me. So I'll create an issue, create an initial PR, verify the direction that we think we need to take following Collins 962 PR. See if we can spin that off on the remaining tests. That's by far the majority of the failures, it looks like.
And are we creating the new TCK runner also? I know that that was another.
I don't know. I don't know if if anyone has the spare cycles. I'm just going to be running it locally because for me that's the easiest to deal with.
Okay.
You know, then I'll create the PR. So I tested it locally.
Sorry, I meant, are we creating the new, like, do we not need to create the new standalone TCK? Let's see, what was, let me just, what was the issue for that?
EJB Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah, this came from Aryan. I don't know if it's. I just created this draft PR for this. So he said it's to make the EJB Lite test run easier with Glassfish. From what I understand, we won't be removing those tests from platform TCK. This is just to make it easier for running the EJB Lite tests.
Okay, so
so that's just like a subset of those tests that you pulled out.
Yes. So he was asking if we can extract EJB Lite test, like EJB 30 Lite and EJB 32 Lite. So
okay.
Just extract them and then, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that might be useful.
So for running on JDK 17 with Glassfish EJB embedded, we would use this new TCK.
Not sure. Probably we should check with Aryan what exactly he was intending regarding this.
Okay.
As far as I understand, this won't be like maybe not an official version.
Okay. So, all right. So we should fix everything with the platform TCK. Then it sounds like, I thought this might come in. I thought this was this might be a required thing and it wasn't clear, but we can figure that out, I guess, if we need to introduce this new TCK. But it's just a convenience that you're providing.
Maybe there are other requirements, but from what I understand now, I think this is just for the convenience.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to add a comment as discussed on platform TCK call. This new TCK is just for the convenience of community to have a different way to run the EJB Lite test, but is not an official way. It's not an official TCK that can be used for certification.
Maybe we will just ask Aryan about
if
comment on
you feel differently. Yeah, that'll get. Okay.
I think you accidentally closed the issue.
Okay. Oops. Wow. Reopen. Oops. Okay.
Okay. I have tasks to do. I know what to do, at least I think. So we'll see.
I didn't, I didn't quite understand it until Scott and Alan just discussed it. I didn't get that we had, I saw that Alan was doing it in a particular, we have a pull request that looks ready to merge for the particular, test folder. I didn't, I didn't know that we needed to repeat that, but that, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
so if we have issues, then we can divvy them up, and then it sounds like we, can all follow the lead and work on it, and maybe
Yeah, actually, so what I was gonna do is create one main issue that described the packages that it looks like we need to update. So
Perfect.
that'd be the starting point to verify that. All we can verify that, and then create sub issues for each of the packages. And like you said, we can
Great.
divvy those up to people who, so we're not duplicating work.
Sounds great.
Alrighty. It's good for me.
All right. Anything else? Oh, does everyone know the new schedule? So we're basically targeting, we basically have, roughly like 4 more weeks. But what was the ballot date, Scott?
Yeah, it was 4 weeks from yesterday, right? Yeah, so June. Double check.
June 9.
Oh, June 9th. Okay.
Thanks, Ivar.
Great call, by the way. I've been eavesdropping and trying to learn something.
Hey, it's great having you here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like Owen's really got the bulk of the problem identified. It's just you have to reproduce because the changes over a lot of tests based on.
The changes were suggested by Ariane, I mean, for the cases. So I just reproduced the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully, hopefully this is the bulk of the issues.
On the JDK 17 side, I'll look for the, I'll look for a solution for that, for running Glassfish, EJB embedded, with the add opens. So it's just, I gotta find. I guess it's just going to be the base test. Process. Glassfish, we'll need a way to set the additional JDK options that are specified in TSJTE, that the pull request we added for the other test, to use for that test process also. I don't really like it, but I don't. Glassfish is like the only one that has to run EJB embedded, and it's kind of, it has to be in the test process. So, it's just going to have to be, we'll have to be careful that it doesn't intrude on other testing for other, tests in some way, I think, but you're not sure yet about that, but we'll figure that out when we're reviewing the pull request probably.
Okay.
I'll mention it. So EGB embedded on JDK 17 needs a Glassfish way to add opens option for JDK. Yep. And Scott Marlowe will create issue for that. Great. Brian, anything, you have like 1 minute left, but anything going on in Open Liberty with EE10 TCK testing you want to share?
Not particularly. We're not quite as far along as Glassfish is, obviously. So we have our own set of issues that we're dealing with. And I've also been having to do a lot of work to get all the individual TCKs integrated. As we start to need those. So I've got like half of the 7, well, I guess 8 now, if we're going to do the core TCK that Scott's been working on as well.
Nice.
So
Yeah, right. Okay.
so it's it's a work in progress, but it's I mean, you guys are doing all the transformation work out here, and it's not a small piece of work to adapt to all of that internally too. So I wish I could help more in the work that you guys are doing, but we don't have a lot of people here in Liberty working on it. So I'm mostly consumed responding to the changes, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Thanks for the update. All right. So yeah, as we said on the mailing list, we'll meet regularly weekly, and I think I'm just gonna stop recording. Let's see. Oops, that's not it. Where did it go? Oh, nope. Oh, I always get lost. I always get lost in finding the right window. Oh, here it is. I see it now. Stop share. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop the recording.